Joining now is SPG Global Principal Simon Gallagher. Simon, great to have you back on here. I want to start with this ad-supported platform that the company has pretty quickly announced and now poised to roll out. My first question for you is this going to put Netflix in more direct competition with linear TV?
Look, I think they already are in direct competition with linear TV, but what it does, it broadens the addressable market. We've spoken about this before. They're only at about 8% of viewing time in the UK and the US, so I still think linear TV is still the global behemoth, but the upside for Netflix is significantly greater now because they have the much larger addressable market.
How great is the risk of cannibalizing from the current subscribers that are paying more to not view ads?
Look, that's certainly a consideration, but I'm sure they've done very detailed financial modelling internally. They've looked at what they think they can generate on a CPM basis, and I think they're probably pretty confident that the new subscribers that they're going to be able to generate will more than, even if there is some degree of churn from the higher price tiers, I think that they'll be in a better, healthier financial position. And I have to say, on the earnings call yesterday, I haven't heard Reed Hastings as optimistic and excited about the future as he was in a number of quarters.
Yeah, he seemed to have a little pep in his step with some of the remarks he was delivering. In terms of content, we know before it had been quantity. We've seen the shift this year to quality. It's something you've come on and talked about on the show as well. Is the execution of that strategy, is it taking root? Can you say it is when you see a subscriber addition in this last quarter?
I think so. They pointed out yesterday the Grey Man had been viewed in 118 million households around the world, and that's an incredible number to be able to point to. So I think there really is some of those new titles, both on film and in TV. Obviously, Dharma's done very well from just recently. So as I said last time I was on, I think sometimes we're a bit too critical of the content that they're bringing out, but everything can't be a hit. But they certainly have more than enough hits, I think, to satisfy the subscriber base.
You know, speaking of hits, there's a long story in the Wall Street Journal this morning, Simon, that talks about Netflix's exploration, at least, of whether the company would benefit from longer, wider theatrical releases for some of their movies, sort of building up an audience prior to hitting the platform. What are your thoughts on that? What was your experience, if you could share it at all, in terms of any previous discussions you might have had when you were at the company?
Sure. Obviously, I was at the company a long time ago, but certainly I did discuss that with Reed. He was famous for wanting to go for a walk around the block, and we discussed it on one of those walks. I've always been a big advocate for a theatrical release because I think it adds to the premium nature of the title. And even if people don't go and see it in the cinema, then it does motivate them to view the title. When they see it on the streaming service, they recognize that it was theatrically released, and it makes it a little bit more appealing as they go through the selections of what they might view on a Friday night on the service. But I understand it was a period of time over the past 10 years where Netflix has been about differentiating themselves. I think they've done that now, and I think that it is an important time to say, hey, there is a title like The Grey Man that will provide a more premium viewing experience than they might be able to provide in people's homes. So sure, put it on the theatrical platforms for a limited run, and I think that will deliver more engagement downstream.
The other interesting thing was doubling down on the binge model. They say it's hard to imagine, for example, how Squid Game would have become a mega hit globally without the momentum that came from people being able to binge it. Certainly, not everybody's following suit. I wonder if you think it needs to go one way or the other, or can various streamers tailor that strategy for themselves?
This is an interesting one, and certainly yesterday, looking at some data, I was very surprised to see that Netflix had reported their support of the binge model. It highlighted on the Google word search results that when they compared to some of the premium shows on other streaming services, the binge model seemed to get more engagement from people searching for that title. And so it changed my opinion on this a little bit, and it brought me back to the binge model.